Here's your news for November 12, 2019. We're starting off with some news from WWE Raw today, as the company gave Lana a live mic to explain her recent actions, but things didn't go as planned. During last night's Raw, the ravishing Russian confessed that she had cheated on Rusev, but not before the Bulgarian allegedly cheated on her first. The other big news Lana revealed was that she's 9 weeks pregnant, but then she said that she and Lashley had done the nasty for the first time 7 weeks ago, meaning that Rusev is the father. After a solid 5 minutes of ranting, Lana's promo was cut short thanks to Rusev himself, whose only counterpoint to his wife's comments was that he is a sex addict. Retreating to the entrance ramp, Lana revealed that she was just faking the pregnancy, keeping the charade up for mere minutes, and ended it with locking lips with her new man. A segment that wouldn't even make the days of our lives, this story was said to be met with negativity in the building and online, but it seems Vince McMahon doesn't feel the same way. According to sources, McMahon gets a kick out of storylines getting negative reactions, and believes this is just getting more heat on Lashley. So far in the angle, Lashley has got one over on Rusev every time, but expect that to change when the two meet at Survivor Series. Though fans may hate it, the story is being rewatched a lot on YouTube, and though the revenue made on the site isn't close to what's made on TV, the company does include the figures in their quarterly reports to boost their stats. While many fans want the angle to end soon, the same source we mentioned earlier said the angle still has many layers left and is scheduled to play out at least for a couple of more months. This week's Raw wasn't all so proper though, as WWE United Kingdom champion Walter brought some intensity to the broadcast. Flanked by his Imperium stablemates, Walter emerged to confront Seth Rollins, who received a tepid response from the Manchester crowd. Answering the Beast Slayer's open challenge, the match was predictably excellent, and ended with Team Raw getting the advantage thanks to Kevin Owens stunning everyone in sight and a curb stomp to Alexander Wolf. Score 1 point for the Raw team, but the real MVP of the match was Walter, who no doubt impressed thousands of fans who have never seen him before. Outside of the ring, Sin Cara publicly requested his release from WWE yesterday, and after being squashed by Drew McIntyre on Raw, he probably hasn't changed his mind. The match, which was filmed Friday, was short, sweet, and didn't make the masked star look like a threat to anyone, especially after repeated losses to Andrade in recent weeks. The news was not that shocking in the company, as Sin Cara has reportedly been unhappy after signing a new deal this year, and according to PW Insider, the masked star was supposed to be at next week's Raw in Boston, but instead has been sent home. As of this video, his request has not been approved, and if WWE keeps him, the former tag team champion will remain until the spring of 2020. The word going around is that Cara, who is close friends with Alberto El Patron, has an interest in going to work for MMA promotion Combates America, which also features pro wrestlers. As previously reported, WWE is now very hesitant about letting superstars go thanks to the rise of AEW, so fans shouldn't expect to see Sin Cara anywhere else anytime soon. On Twitter, Gran Metalik simply said, "We support you, brother, but El Idolo mocked Sin Cara's request and said how while he couldn't retire Rey Mysterio like he wanted, he is making Sin Cara run away, ultimately calling himself the new face of Latino." Speaking of Mysterio, the former world champion will have his hands full when he takes on WWE champion Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series, but little is known about what will come next. On Twitter, Brad Shepard said how a source told him that there are no dates for the Beast after Survivor Series, though the Rumble is a safe bet. We all know that Lesnar's unique contract allows the Beast to come and go as he pleases, but the fact that there's no plans for next month does have some speculating that Mysterio will pull off the upset of the century, 15 years after Eddie Guerrero did the same thing. If Rey were to win, it's likely that Cain Velasquez would give him a big assist, but whatever happens, fans shouldn't expect to see the Beast every week. From one UFC star to another now, as Ronda Rousey hasn't been seen in WWE since her WrestleMania 35 loss, during which she lost the Raw Women's title and broke her hand. Now, months later, Rousey is rehabbing a different injury after nearly losing her finger while filming Fox's 911, but that doesn't mean that the Hot Rod is going to stay away from the ring. This week, Triple H confirmed that Rousey has pitched several ideas about her return, and the OU Didn't Know Patreon, plus a source in WWE, also reports that she's expected to return in early 2020. With the Royal Rumble coming up, it makes sense for Rousey to return then, but only time will tell what's next for the baddest woman on the planet. Before the Rumble, though, we have this month's Survivor Series, and another tri-branded champions match has been announced. During Raw, it was confirmed that US Champion AJ Styles, Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura, and NXT North American Champion Roderick Strong will face off in non-title action as part of the show's Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT theme. Also on this week's show, we found out more about the Raw men's team, as it was revealed that team captain Seth Rollins will lead Randy Orton, Ricochet, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre into battle for the Red Brand. Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Shayna Baszler will also face off at the show, and so will the three brands' respective tag champions, but this match was changed this past week thanks to the New Day. Defeating the Revival on SmackDown, the team not only won their 7th tag titles, but also earned a spot on the show, where they'll face Raw Tag Team Champions the Viking Raiders and NXT Champs the Undisputed Era. The updated card is as follows. As we all know, Survivor Series will be a tri-branded event, which has the unfortunate side effect of making the recent brand split a bit of a moot point. It's only been a month since the split, but we've already seen plenty of superstars make use of the now defunct wildcard rule. And although this is a bit ridiculous, seeing Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Bayley, and Shayna Baszler share the ring this week was an epic sight. In Manchester, the man said she missed having 2 titles on her shoulders, and after a women's tag title match between Lynch and Flair against the Kabuki Warriors was made, Becky 2 belts was a real possibility. With 4 of the most gifted female superstars, the match was rightly epic, but that came to an abrupt halt when Shayna Baszler brawled with the man. Seconds after Baszler appeared, though, SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley showed up, wearing her street clothes and attacking the NXT Women's Champion. Baszler punching out Bayley proved to be enough of a distraction for Asuka to pin the man, and Bayley attacked Lynch post-match to send a message to her pay-per-view opponent. What do you think, though? Is Bayley the third wheel in the Lynch-Baszler feud, or is she holding her own? Let us know in the comments below. We've got some worrying news up next, as former WWE and ECW star Francine has announced that she is being readmitted back into the hospital. Breaking the news, Francine said she will be in a hospital in New Jersey for issues she didn't disclose, pending from a surgery last week for an abdominal reconstruction as well as a hernia repair. This is the 3rd such surgery for the Queen of Extreme and has doctors placing mesh to secure her stitching, which came undone prematurely after the first 2 surgeries. Obviously, everyone here at SlatRock wishes Francine nothing but the best at this time, and we're hoping for a quick, painless recovery. We're looking back to WWE's recent Crown Jewel pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia, and while many superstars said they never go back after travel issues, Rusev isn't one of them. Speaking to British tabloid The Sun, the Bulgarian Brute explained his tweet during the issues when he asked for prayers, and assured readers he'll be going back because he loves money. He said, "I make a lot of money. I will definitely go back. I love it. I love every single trip that we do there. I love how we break barriers with women wrestling there and Lana being able to go. I think it's a great victory for the company, not just for that, but to open new doors and new opportunities to develop further. It's just amazing. It's a great opportunity for us to be ambassadors for entertainers." It's no secret that the money from the Saudis has been reflected in the pay received by the superstars, and with Crown Jewel having the first ever women's match in the country, it's hard to argue that the deal has implemented change. It's clear that Rusev is a fan of WWE's partnership with the conservative nation, and now that his wife Lana, who is with him in real life despite their angle, can go with him, the decision is much easier to make. We're heading back to the good old US of A next, and while countless homes are preparing for Thanksgiving, WWE will be hosting their 3rd annual Starrcade event the weekend after. This year's edition of the WCW tradition comes our way from the greater Atlanta area, and for the first time, the show will be streamed live on the WWE Network, after the 2017 show wasn't taped and matches from last year were aired as a pre-taped special. There's plenty of huge matches announced for the show, though someone may need to speak to the folks at the Infinite Energy Center in Duluth, Georgia, as the main event will see Bray Wyatt face The Miz in a steel cage match for the WWE Championship, a belt that neither man holds. Here's the entire card for the show. And as like any WWE show, the card is subject to change. We're moving from wrestling to MMA now, as the main event of UFC 244 ended with Jorge Masvidal winning the BMF title over Nate Diaz due to a cut stoppage. In a bad mood, Diaz took his frustrations out on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a post-fight press conference, as it was the most electrifying man in sports entertainment who had introduced the championship belt. During the conference, Diaz said he was a fan of The Rock's show Ballers, but said, and we quote, that with all due respect, he can get it too. This was in response to Rocky's friendship with Masvidal, and the People's Champion took the time to address these comments on Ariel Helwani's MMA show. He said, "I wasn't surprised at Nate's comments because that's the Nate we all know and love. He is as advertised. He gets it. He knows that me and Jorge are boys. We're from Miami. We have a lot of deep connections down there, so there's a connection. I was totally fine with it. He gets it." It's highly unlikely that The Rock will ever enter the octagon as a fighter, especially as countless careers in Hollywood rely on him being fit to make a movie, but it seems if the Great One ever does want to test himself, he already has an opponent ready for him. From one icon of the Attitude Era to another now, as Stone Cold Steve Austin has confirmed that he will be bringing his second podcast-adjacent show to the WWE Network. Called Stone Cold Steve Austin: The Broken Skull Sessions, the new program will air immediately after Survivor Series on November 24th, and according to the company, will feature no-holds-barred one-on-one conversations with the biggest names in WWE history. So far, the promotion has certainly kept to its word, as Austin's first guest will be none other than his old foe The Undertaker, and the WWE's YouTube channel features a brief clip from the very first show. Known for hosting The Steve Austin Show over the airwaves, Austin previously hosted the Stone Cold podcast from 2014 to 2016, with many episodes being filmed as part of WWE. When asked about the new endeavor, Austin said, "I've raised hell all over the world inside the ring while with WWE. Now, with the Broken Skull Sessions, I get to raise hell outside the ring, shooting the breeze with superstars from the world of sports entertainment." Even though he retired from the ring over 16 years ago, Austin remains one of wrestling's most beloved stars ever, and fans will get to hear what he has to say with the Demon of Death Valley when the two cross paths on his show on November 24th. And finally today, we're wrapping up with the news from this week's Raw that we weren't able to cover earlier in the video. In a rare, sanctioned 24/7 championship match, the Singh brothers were able to keep the gold away from R-Truth in handicap action, though this ended in a no contest when Erick Rowan laid waste to the brothers after the Bollywood Boys ran afoul of him earlier in the show. We mentioned that Seth Rollins' battle with Walter ended in a DQ, but that wasn't the end of the night for Imperium, who came up short against the Beast Slayer, Kevin Owens, and the Street Profits. After toppling Sin Cara last week, Andrade also made quick work of Cedric Alexander, and after the timely distraction of Zelina Vega, finished the match with an elbow to the jaw and a hammerlock DDT. It remains unclear whether Erick Rowan actually wants to win the 24/7 championship from the Singh brothers, but we do know that he didn't have the title on his mind when he took on local competitor Soner Dursun. While the match was an expected squash, Rowan did enter with something hidden in a burlap sack, and after crushing the Dursun, left with whatever he has without giving any indication of what it might be. Next up, fans saw some more action from Great Britain as former NXT UK Tag Champions Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews took on the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders. Defeating the two British stars, Erick and Ivar sent a clear message to the Undisputed Era and the New Day ahead of their tri-branded match at this month's pay-per-view. And in the main event, Randy Orton, Ricochet, and Humberto Carrillo were somehow able to coexist long enough to defeat the OC. After weeks of trying, Carrillo finally got his man, pinning the US champion in the main event, though it was Orton who stole the show with his charismatic performance. Ensuring his teammates he could be trusted, despite the past 17 years proving otherwise, Orton was at one point left with Ricochet and Styles in the ring, but ultimately remained loyal to the faces, hitting a phenomenal RKO and letting Carrillo get the pin. As part of Team Raw at Survivor Series, it seems Orton is trying to show that he can be trusted, but we all know that there's only so much faith you can place in this serpent.